What is going on, everybody? We are back at it again with another episode of Stacked Over Politics. This is episode 136. For the audio-only listeners, I am joined with Jaevon, Totty, and Alex Dent. As once again, Shaun is not going to be able to make it today, so I will be stepping in as your host. So let's swing into our guest right away, Alex.
He's in Vegas gambling.
And thank you. Hey, man, I wasn't going to drop the pin. So, Shaun, when you rewatch this, you know who let the world know where you were located. But Alex, thank you for joining us. It is basketball season. We let you guys know on the last episode, Kaz will not be joining us. He was the main football guest, but he is always welcome. So now Alex will step into that role and give us her basketball talk all year long. And hopefully at the end of this, we're not having now two Celtic fans celebrate another championship. It was worse with one. So hopefully we're not having to do this with two people. But Alex, how are you doing today?
I am swell. How are you all?
I can't complain, man. As you guys know, as in Jaevon and Alex, the weather here has been nuts. Power's been going, flickering. So if anything does happen to me, Alex and Totty will hold it down. But I'm doing well, Totty. How are you doing today, man?
I lost money. But we're here, though. We're here still strong.
This early? What did you – the NBA games?
Yeah, NBA. The Heat. Miami Heat did not want to.
Who do they play?
They lost to the Hawks. So, I mean, it is.
Why would you even put – okay.
So Alex, this is the man right here.
No. I guess Alex is the person I need to go to because she would have probably told me not to bet on the Heat and be like, what are you doing?
the Heat.
Yeah.
Against the Hawks, Alex?
They're the ninth seed, and the Hawks are the eighth.
Tyler Hero has 40 points, but when I gamble on him, he can't score a bucket in the second half. That's just me. But, I mean, here we are now. Just the same guy last night had 40 points. Same dude.
It was a fluke.
Scored 40 points. Scored 4 points in the second half.
4?
Yeah. All-star.
All-star. I was just about to say he's an all-star.
Yeah.
That's tough. Well, let's get into these comments. We got our father. Let's fucking go. Family Dent is here. And we are going to start off with, Shaun's not here, so I figured it's only right that we start this with a Kevin's Pop quiz. Okay? So everybody knows Kevin is a huge LeBron fan. So throughout the weekend, there was a stat that came along. And I wanted to give it to you guys. So this will not go on the scoreboard because obviously Alex is not a part of it and I cannot participate. So there are 7 answers. We'll rotate from you guys first. So Alex, then Toddy, will go back and forth. So there are 7 possible answers. And the question is, since entering the NBA, LeBron has more playoff points than these 7 franchises. Give me those 7 franchises.
Pistons.
Toddy, ladies first.
Pistons.
Pistons are not on there.
That was my dummy answer.
I know.
The Charlotte Hornets.
Yeah.
The Hornets are on there. That's 1.
The
Alex. The Pelicans are on there. That's 2.
The Kings.
The Kings are on there. That's 3.
The Clippers? No.
No.
So you got to think about it like this. LeBron came in at 03.
Oh, I know.
The Brooklyn Nets.
Orlando
Magic, yes.
Yeah.
Orlando Magic. Oh.
Oh, I got another one. Hurry up, Toddy. Hurry up.
Okay, see? Thunder?
Nope.
Okay.
You got to think about teams that were washed in the 2010s.
Wizards.
Yes, Wizards are 1. You have 2 left.
Shout out Papa Dan.
That wasn't mine. The Raptors?
No.
Ooh. Utah.
I mean, he beat them all the time, so he should have more points than them.
He did come through with the Wizards. He guessed another one, but you guys haven't guessed it yet, so I can't put it on the screen.
Oh, damn. Now I got to think. Oh, no. Trailblazers? No.
Utah. I'll give you guys a hint.
Utah.
No, but he also guessed Utah. They're both in the East.
Oh, okay. Cavs?
No.
Well, LeBron will obviously. Okay, you're right.
What other teams are in the East?
One's really good and one's really bad. Currently.
The Bulls.
Knicks.
Knicks are 1, and there's 1 more.
Not the Bulls?
She said not the Bulls. Let's see.
Okay.
Really bad.
The Hawks? No.
Hornets.
You're about to say it, Totty. No, you're about to say it before that.
Brooklyn Wizards.
No. Wizards, yes, the Wizards.
We already said the Wizards.
Oh, you said the Wizards? Oh, my
Yeah.
bad.
Yes.
Yes, okay.
How does he not have more points than the Nets?
Hey, man, that's what the stat told me. I'm looking at the screenshot right here, okay? Blame the person. All right. So with that being said, we're going to move on to the NBA portion of this podcast. Like I mentioned at the beginning, this will be an all NBA only episode 136 of Stats for Politics. So let's get into it. And let's start right away with our NBA Midseason Awards. So we're going to go 6-man.
Hey, bro, before Kev start.
What's going on?
Go ahead and get that MVP. Just package it up. OKC, man.
I mean, we all can agree.
So everyone's going to Shea with MVP.
Yes, I think that independent player of the year.
Pack it up. Write his name on there. I know it's so long. It's hyphenated. It's abbreviated. Make sure.
Just put SGA on it.
Just put you could abbreviate it. Just put SGA on it. Because you're just gonna look up. He got 30.
Yep.
Yes. 6 games this year that he hasn't scored 30.
You're gonna get you a snack. You're gonna go probably take a shower. You'll look halftime probably come around. Shea got 25 points at half, and then you'll be like, oh, damn, well, okay. And then you just go on about the rest of your day. Then you look up, oh, Shea had 40 tonight.
Okay. Well, I like it. Being assertive. That's what this podcast needs.
Okay. What they're trying to do is Jokic has been playing out of his ass also. Like what he's been doing is like, let's not let that kind of, because like when the season first started, the Nuggets were kind of wobbly trying to figure out, straw their minutes. They're trying to figure out rust. They're trying to, ingratiate everybody with this new team because they kind of went out. I wouldn't say sad last year, but they kind of they were the champs and they were expected to, probably advance to like the Western Conference Finals. And they didn't start the season off as well as everybody would have liked. But I felt like, given the champion and multiple-time MVP that Nikola, as long as you have Jokic on your team, you got a fighting chance to pretty much do whatever you pretty much can do because he's viewed by a lot of people in league circles as one of the best players in the world. I just think that Shea right now, just the level that he's playing at has just been up here. Now, a lot of that could be maybe Luka has missed the majority of the year. A lot of people were considering him as one of the top players in the league, but we haven't really seen him as much on the court. But the way that Shea has been playing, plus, and they're the number one seed overall, like in the NBA, not just in the West. Shea's been playing out of his mind. So I think it's only a matter of time that he's going to get MVP. Plus, he is minus 500 in Vegas to win the award. So, I mean, people are gambling on it. It's almost like it's pretty much set in stone. Plus, Jokic has what? 3? He has 3 rings? 2? 3.
3 back to back to back.
Hey, man.
It's definitely not back to back to back because Joel Embiid won one of those.
Oh, you're right.
I think what people are getting,
back, and then Joel, I think, and then Joel.
Kevin can attest to this, being a LeBron fan. A lot of voters fatigue. They're tired of voting for Jokic. Jokic is always in it. Maybe because he's really fucking good. LeBron won it this year. I mean, but in the years LeBron won it, was like the year he didn't win, he was averaging like 27, and it was just like, what are we doing? But I get it. Derrick Rose, the year he had, youngest MVP. LeBron, if you look at the numbers, what was that, 2012, Kevin, if I'm not mistaken? 2012.
Every year.
His numbers were like, this guy probably should win MVP. But at the same time, I get it. It was the D Rose year, kind of, burst onto the scene. Didn't average as much as I would have liked, but numbers don't really do him justice just based off of how well he played that season and, the rest is history. But LeBron was damn near there was like a 8-year stretch where you could have argued LeBron could have just won MVP every single year. But then, like I said, people get voters fatigue, and they're just like, well, what about this guy? That guy over there. Well, what was the new shot? This guy's sitting right here, and he's averaging 28 and I think Jokic's averaging like 28 and like 12, and he had 19 assists tonight. Like, this is career high. Like,
that's stupid.
If you guys PRA, Nikola Jokic, just throw it on down there.
No matter what.
Don't even think about it. If it's a high number, it's like 50 something. Don't even worry about it.
But my thing is with Jokic getting 3 is when you look at the GOATs in this league, or not just in this league now, but just within like the last like 50 years, like Kobe Bryant only has 1 MVP. But like Jokic has 3, and Jokic is probably going to get more. I'm not saying he's not a great player. He is the best player in the league right now. But I just feel some type of way that like Kevin Durant only has 1. I mean, Steph Curry only has 2. And I just feel like
I think he only got 1. I'm not tripping.
Who?
Could be wrong. Kevin.
Yeah, Kevin Durant has 1.
Yeah, 1.
Or Steph has 2.
Steph has 2.
He was unanimous, and then he went.
Oh yeah, I remember the unanimous.
I think he went back to back.
I don't know about back to back, but he went 1 unanimous, and then he won the other one.
Yeah. And I just feel
KD
like
did one because he cried for his mama, and you the real MVP.
Oh, stop it! Stop it!
I'm not saying he cried. I'm saying that's what he's remembered for. That's what he's remembered for.
No.
If he would have had another MVP,
if
he would have had another MVP, he would have had another moment. But I'm just saying, Totty knew exactly what I was talking about.
Don't you dare.
Moving forward, so we're all on one accord that the MVP is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. So, yes. Alex, I'm going to swing it to you first. Who is your defensive player of the year?
All right. We're all going to say it. 3, 2, 1. Jaren Jackson Jr.
It was Wemby. Then he got hurt. He's done.
Yeah, it would have been Wemby.
Y'all not going to like this.
Oh, my gosh, Kevin.
So, should I just go now then?
Do it. Go.
So, it's between 2 people. Obviously, like Alex mentioned, we all would have went with Victor Wembanyama, but let's get to some numbers. So with Jaren Jackson, they have the 4th best overall defense in the NBA. Well, actually, they're tied for 4th. So Kevin, who's at the very top? Averaging more blocks? Evan Mobley? I mean, why not? Why can't Evan Mobley win Defensive Player of the Year?
He has a shot.
They have the best defense in the NBA. Yeah. They have the best defense in the NBA. I'm just saying, why can't he win Defensive Player of the Year?
They're number 1 in the East. Yeah,
Jaren Jackson. We're talking about voters fatigue.
I guess. I feel that this year's Defensive Player of the Year is just gonna kind of just because it was supposed to go to Victor, and now that he's not there, it's just gonna be like here, damn, leave us alone type of vibe.
If anything, I knew this one would get the most spiciest because I already know where Toddy's going. So let's swing at Toddy first. Toddy, tell us who your 6th man of the year is.
Remember when? Oh, I love this. I love it. Kevin called me before the season started. Said, "Hey, like you guys only won the championship because of your starting 5's really good." And I was like, "Excuse me."
Which is the truth.
Excuse me? Do we not know Sam Hauser is sniper off the bench? Do we not know who? Oh, Peyton Pritchard, the half-court genie? Are we serious right now? Like, this was just and then I was like, and then he said, "I'm going to stop you right there. Did you just say Peyton Pritchard?" I said, "Yeah." Like, what do you mean? Peyton Pritchard wouldn't start on any NBA team there's no NBA besides the Charlotte Hornets, the Wizards, and the Brooklyn Nets. There's no team that he wouldn't start on. I said, Kevin, do you realize who who's getting minutes over him? There's Drew Holiday. He's a Hall of Famer. Then you got Derek White. He was literally the glue guy for the Team USA. Those are the guys that are getting minutes in front of him. Okay? So it's a little bit tough for him to get a little bit of shine. But once you just say, Kevin, man, you just see the spurts. You even saw it in the playoffs a little bit here and there last year. And it took him a while for him to kind of get to where he is now. I've always thought he was a bucket, even at Oregon. You just see the spurts, but he didn't really get a chance to get on the floor just because our team is so talented that he doesn't really get the minutes. I saw a crazy stat that Peyton Pritchard has more 20-point games than Paul George this season. I think Peyton Pritchard has 14 and Paul George has 9.
He only played 9 games.
Yeah. Paul George. Yeah. It's I think it's you kind of the same with SGA. How his name is already on the MVP. I think 6th man of the year is a name. You just Peyton Pritchard. Go ahead and just sign that off. stamped, sealed, and delivered. It's going to Boston. And I mean, we're no slouch to 6-man year award. I mean, we've had guys like Malcolm Brogdon win it in the past. So you know, we produce and develop our guys. And I mean, he's going to be a huge reason why, because I think bench scoring in the NBA is prevalent, especially come playoff time, and he's going to be one of those guys that's going to shine. And we got him locked up on a nice little deal before you know, his rise to stardom. But I think that it's Peyton Pritchard's award.
Alex, do you also have Peyton Pritchard?
I do not.
There we go. Me neither.
So this is my only thing. Do I think he's probably going? If I had to bet, he is going to win. Who I would like to see is Mr. Jerome from the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Hi, Jerome.
Hi, Jerome. Oh.
Yes.
This ain't no Cinderella story.
No, honest. If you really look at this Cleveland Cavaliers team, obviously what makes them so good is that now you have Evan Mobley's ascension, right? And Darius Garland seems like he could be that second guy on this team that could be a little bit more dependable. But I think their bench was good last year. But Ty Jerome on this Cleveland Cavaliers second unit, top tier. Really top tier. And if you see how he controls the game, how he controls the pace and the speed of the game, yes, I do think he should be at least the running mate to Peyton Pritchard to win. He's not going to win, but he is my 6th man of the year.
Give the little man the credit. I get it. And you know what? He should be in the race with Peyton Pritchard. But you know what they're racing? You know what they're chasing? Nas Reed, baby. He's going to go back-to-back 6th man of the year.
I think he made... Did he start too much this year?
Nope. Let me break it down to you. So Totty talked about Peyton Pritchard can start. You know, could. Nas Reed does. So let me just give you some stats. So 15 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, shooting 49 from the field and 41 from 3. Since February 1st, Julius Randle has been out of the lineup due to injury. So now you're asking the 6th man to step into the lineup, right? Change your whole momentum, your whole flow. No problem. I'm going to give you 21 a night and 10 boards. In 9 games, 21 a 9. So who's the 6th man of the year? The guy that can start if needed and not only give you the same contribution, but give you more contribution. You guys are Celtic fans, so you know better than me. How confident are you feeling if Drew Holiday goes down for the rest of the year and now Peyton has to start? So now he's not shooting the ball all the time. He is now just a swing man. Are we still screaming his name from the ceiling?
Yes.
We'll be all right.
Okay.
I will give you credit, though. I feel like Nas Reed is up there, too. And since he won it last year, you got to give him the respect and props for that. I just think with the record that they have right now, I don't think he should be top 2. But he should be in the running, right? But I feel like Ty Jerome and Peyton Pritchard, because of their record and their production, I think that makes them the 2 running mates.
Okay, so before we move on, Toddy said we referenced a conversation we had in the past. And I figured we have 2 Celtic fans on. Let's bring this motherfucker to light. Toddy said he could start on NBA teams. So we're going to go through all 30 starting NBA point guards, and you tell me which one Peyton Pritchard is better than. Keontae George? No.
Who's that?
Alex, don't say that. You're supposed to know ball.
Oh.
Toddy, you taking Keontae George, right?
Right now, I'm taking Peyton Pritchard.
Yeah.
Scoot Henderson.
Peyton Pritchard.
Peyton
Next.
Pritchard. Right now.
Okay.
Just because you're a fan
Jones?
doesn't mean you're a fan. Who you say?
I think it's
Tyus
better than
Jones?
Jones.
Yes, he's better. Peyton Pritchard.
Chris Paul.
Chris Paul.
Terry Rozier.
Give me Peyton Pritchard.
Well, he's about to go to prison.
Okay.
So Peyton Pritchard.
All right. Mike Conley.
Right now.
Come on, brother. Right now, you know what the answer is. Why you thought about it for so long? You know what the answer is.
It depends on what your team needs.
No,
you can't compare these two.
I don't even think
they're
he's
not
healthy
the same.
right
Okay, but okay, Totty. In a world where they're both healthy, you're taking Mike Conley over Peyton Pritchard.
Is he?
I am.
Okay, that's you.
You guys didn't give an answer.
Peyton.
I said Mike.
Peyton.
Okay.
Mike
DeJounte Murray.
DeJounte.
Peyton Pritchard.
DeJounte Murray. Jalen Suggs.
No.
Hairline Jalen Suggs is undefeatable. Undefeatable? Oh, God.
It's got to be Jalen Suggs. It's got to be Jalen Suggs. Fred VanVleet. I'll go Peyton Pritchard. I've never been a big fan of Fred VanVleet.
He doesn't really do much for the Rockets for me.
And that's pretty much it besides Jrue Holiday, obviously, because he's not better than Tyrese Maxey. He's not better than De'Aaron Fox. We don't have to go through all those again. But those are some of the names that I thought were spicy.
Give me Peyton. No, I'm just playing.
Keontae George. Who is Keontae George?
The YN from Utah.
She doesn't know.
Oh, that's why I don't watch Utah. Yeah. Okay.
You're supposed to know ball, Alex. Brought you on here because of your ball knowledge. But, all right, Alex, we are going to swing it to you next. What team or player has the most to prove in the second half of this NBA season?
I think we can all come to agreement that the player that has the most to prove in the second half of the season is Mr. Luka Doncic himself. The way this trade happened, the backlash, the 270, his work ethic, all these things, he's coming out strong for this second half. I don't know how far the Lakers are going to go. That doesn't really matter to me. I just need Luka to prove a point that he is that dude. And he always has been this dude. So just because you trade the blue for the yellow and gold or purple and gold, it doesn't change who he is. So I think for a player, he definitely has the most to prove. But for a team, I was stuck between Memphis and Cleveland, but I think I'm going to go with Cleveland because they are contenders in the East. They could potentially make it to the finals. I don't know if they'll win, but they could go that far. But they have a track record that they kind of in the playoffs, and so I really want to see. Now they feel like they got these nice pieces. They mesh really well together. People have been playing out of their minds. Let's see if this translates into playoff success. So that's what I'm going to do. Those are my two.
All right, so we'll go next. The one player that I think has a lot to prove is Toddy's guy, the dangler, Ja Morant. Ja Morant, all his career has been known as the guy, right? He is the guy that's going to go and do his thing. He's going to lead this Memphis Grizzlies team. They are the second seed, and it's not because of him. Last year he only played in 9 games after the suspension and whatnot. He had a shoulder injury, and in those 9 games, averaged 26 points. Right now, he's averaging 20 points. He hasn't scored this many points, or this at least amount of points, since his sophomore season when he averaged 19. So he's averaging career lows, and they, like I mentioned, they are at the second seed of the West without him. We always talked about, even a couple seasons ago, that the Grizzlies do so good without Ja Morant. You know why? Because the team's not Ja-centric. There's a lot of teams in the NBA, when you look at their point guard, their team is built for them. Is Ja the guy still? Of course we're going to say that he's the guy because we've seen it with our own 2 eyes. But if you just started watching basketball this year, you would think Jaren Jackson's the best player on that team. And he's the guy with 2 shoes. He's done this. He's done that. Ja Morant, people used to talk about him being the next face of the NBA. And now he's just averaging 20 points. There was a lot we were supposed to expect out of Ja Morant. I know last year he was injured, and then he had all this stuff, the toy guns and everything that went on off the court. We just needed to see him get back to Ja Morant because the playoffs are around the corner. And that's what we have known him for, from the play-in games versus the Warriors to the playoffs. He's going to have to turn that switch on because without him, they're a pretender in my eyes.
But maybe the team doesn't need him to score.
He hasn't played that much this year, too. He's missed a bunch of games. I think he missed like 20 plus games this year.
Mm-hmm.
So I think a lot of that has to do with injury. I think when he's healthy, he's one of the best players in the league, one of the most electrifying players in the league. I can agree with that. But I do kind of agree with Kevin a little bit because, Memphis is usually a team when healthy. They're usually in the mix, one of those top teams in the West when he is healthy. But at the same time, you've been here before. What can Memphis really be in the playoffs?
So Toddy, I hate to interrupt you, but he missed how many games this year?
Like 20 something games.
20-something games. There have been how many games so far?
Like
40-something?
30, 40 something.
He's missed 6 games.
Oh.
Now what's
I
your
got
excuse?
my last year's things. Oh.
I'm just saying, dog. We can say this and that about John Moran, but he's not missing that many games. He's been healthy, and he's just not John Moran anymore.
I just think the team doesn't need him to do all of that anymore. Now, do I still think he's capable of doing that? Yes. If he needs to take over a series in the playoffs, I think he can, right? But I just think this team right now, how it's constructed, doesn't need him to drop 30, 35 points every single game. You know what I mean? But he can when the team needs it.
Call 12.
I indeed looked at the wrong year, and he has missed 22 games this year.
Told you.
Kevin.
I'm a man of the people, so I have to come on here and right that wrong before they flame me in the comments. So, proceed.
Yeah. I think when it comes time down to it, playoffs time. When's the last time we really? Because when we saw Ja in the playoffs, he got hurt. I think so. We didn't really get to see him play like that. So I don't even remember the last time we really seen Ja in the playoffs. Was it the year they lost? They lost to Utah. Wasn't that the year when they lost to
Utah?
Utah in the playoffs?
They beat
Donovan
the Warriors.
Mitchell
No, they lost to the Warriors, didn't they?
The Warriors. I think that was 22, right?
Yeah.
When he lost to the
22,
Warriors?
when they
I think
won.
he got
The
hurt
one
then.
that
But he
they-
got hurt, though. Am I tripping?
They still lost.
Yeah.
Okay.
They still lost. Boo-hoo.
Yeah, I remember that he got hurt in one of
Yes.
those seasons where because I remember when they played against the Lakers, he was hurt, but then against the Warriors, that was I think 2 years ago. Then he got hurt again. So I think health is starting to can John Morant be on the floor? Is something that you kind of we got to look forward to. And I think when he's healthy, all I know is a healthy John Morant in the playoffs. I'm gonna watch the game because I know what he can do in a playoff setting. So
Because of what he used to do.
that is true.
Not watching this season.
I haven't seen it lately.
Hey, people still watch Zion. That's true. People still be excited to watch Zion.
Touche.
Yeah.
Tyler, do you have anyone else on this list?
Team. I said Minnesota. I think they're feeling the backfire of the cat trade, and I think the Knicks are seeing, oh wow, y'all got rid of this guy. Now I get the Knicks have been like 0-7 against playoff teams when they do
not playoff teams, the Celtics,
the top
the
teams
Cavs,
in the league,
and the Thunder.
The big dogs,
the
big dogs, right? And they lose by an average of 20 points in all of those games. I think with Minnesota, they still have this great talent in Anthony Edwards, and they're just like, all right, Ant, this is your team. We need you to do everything. And I think what Ant is trying to struggling with is with his playmaking ability. He can go out there. He can get you 40, 45, 38. You need me to pull up from 3. I'm hitting threes. 3-point percentage is better. All of that. I'm scoring the basketball. But y'all need me to do, huh? Y'all want me to go tween and dish? Nah. I'm here to swing that. I'm getting to the basket. I'm dunking on your head. I'm pulling up from 3. Mid-range is solid. I can do all that. But y'all want me to be a point guard too? That's why we got Conley. But Conley's been hurt. I want to see the development of our young bull, Mr. Rob Dillingham. I know Kevin's a huge fan of him. Coming out of high school and going into college, we know what he's capable of. I just think he needs to get more run. Naz Reid, Kev already mentioned him, 6th man of the year, but I think he's more of a starting. I think they're better when he starts, honestly, and I think that's what Kevin was trying to say. But he's a starter, not 6th man. So I think Julius Randle's role in all of this, he's a ball stopper, kind of like what Ant is. He's a ball stopper as well. And I think what they need more is shooting. I don't know if they're one of the best shooting teams. Dante DiVincenzo hasn't really panned out the way that they thought he would. We saw a lot from him in the playoffs last year, and I think Minnesota was hopeful they would get some of that production in this year, and it hasn't really showed. So I think what they're trying to lean more on is Anthony Edwards, please save us. And he can, like I said, he can go out there and get you 40. He can get you 35 and get you 50. He can do all these. He's fantastic. He's one of the best players in the league. But at the same time, he needs somebody that can facilitate, set the table for the offense, be able to, get in pick and roll situations. That's kind of what I think they were. Conley kind of hoping he could be some of that, but him being in and out of the lineup and him getting up there in age, you need a little bit more. And lost a lot of scoring because Karl Anthony Towns is no longer on the team. I mean, he had a 7-point game last year. He's a guy that can get it up. He could score. So I think they lack scoring, they lack shooting, and they're kind of just like, Ant, I need you. Please save us. Do everything that you can. And he's trying, but I don't think his team is as good as it once was. Now, Ant is a phenomenal player. He's going to be an all-NBA player, but I just think they're just one of those teams that haven't really seen too much of. As far as players, I think they have to prove in the second half of the NBA season. I'm going to go with Jimmy Butler. This is a guy who came out. I mean, this is going back from 2 years ago. Pat Riley came out saying, hey, shut that shit up. You talking all this shit, you ain't playing. Why don't you shut up? Be off to the side. Jimmy Butler kind of looked and was like, oh, okay. Like, damn, I just took y'all to the finals twice, 2 times in the last however many years it was. Probably 3-4 years. Shut up and do this. Oh, okay. So y'all gonna pay me, right? Yeah, about that. You about to be 35, 36, and you asking max money. You want me to pay you how much? Okay. Jimmy's like, oh, bet. Right. Yeah, and then you see all the subs on Instagram. Yeah, we treat our employees great over here. Getting suspended. Hey, Jimmy, we got old boy, he's gonna start tonight. You said who's gonna start? Yeah. I'm out.
The door's that way.
Yeah, I'm going. You said who? Me? I'm not. All right. Yep. Y'all go ahead. Y'all do what y'all got to do. All that goes through. Jimmy gets traded because I think the Warriors were desperate. They tried to get Zach LaVine. They tried to get Vucevic. They tried to get. They tried to get Kevin Durant. I mean, they did whatever that they could. And I think the Warriors have been missing out on a lot these past couple of off seasons, trade deadlines, and they're just like, fuck it. Let's just get Jimmy in the building and just see how it goes. And to his credit, Jimmy and the Warriors, when Jimmy Butler's been on the team, they've been 5-1. I think Jimmy's just got new life. He's playing with probably the best player that he's ever played with, ever. Yeah.
He played with D-Rose, brother.
He did, but I think
that was his rookie year.
D-Rose.
I mean, Stephen Curry is one of the best point guards ever. Okay, now I feel like Kevin's just trolling. Right. I saw the other day, like Jimmy Butler, like he's averaging between like 18-ish and 20 points a game. So it's not like they're like, hey, we need you to carry us because that's what we have Steph for. We need you. So basically everything that the Warriors lacked is what Jimmy Butler brings. Like he gets to the free throw line, he attacks the basket, he's like a gritty type of player. Not the best shooter, but that's what we got Steph for. Steph shoot all these threes. We got Moody, we got Buddy Hield, we got Pods to shoot all the threes. Jimmy, get to the damn basket, get to the free throw line, get rebounds, steals. We need you to do all that stuff. And then you have Draymond. He's drawing up plays. Like he has like a new type of life that's been breathed into him. And the Warriors gave him $60 million. So that might have another incentive too, which is was kind of crazy at the signing. You were like, you giving Jimmy Butler how much? But I think kind of how the deal's set up, it's we're giving him 1 year for 60, and the other one's like an option. I think it's a team or player option, and it's worked out for them. And I think he has to kind of continue. A lot of people are kind of saying that the Warriors are sleepers in the West, just based off of the experience that they have, playoff wise. You have one of the best point guards to ever play the game, obviously, still. and he's been playing at a high level. And you have Jimmy Butler, and we all have the sentiment of playoff Jimmy. And I think when he gets to the playoffs, I know from experience, because I was, terrified going up against the Heat every year, because you never knew what you were going to get when you were playing against Jimmy Butler in the playoffs. So to see him in the Western Conference this year, a loaded Western Conference at that, if you get him in a 4-5 matchup, that's going to be a series. And a go either a 3-6 matchup.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where the Warriors are at right now. I don't know if they're
they're in the ninth spot.
They're currently. I know that the West is it's literally you're splitting hairs.
They're one game behind 6.
Yeah, you're splitting hairs. So the way that the Warriors, they're on pace to probably be the 3 seed. But I think this new addition for the Warriors was definitely slept on. I think you're getting one of the best players in the league. Although he was disgruntled, I think what he can bring to a playoff setting will definitely help the Warriors, and it has helped them already. So I think with him, coming into the fold and kind of just getting his feet wet in these first couple of 6 games, it's been very, tremendous for him, because he's I get to play the game that I love. Yeah. And it's all right. And Jimmy Butler's out there setting screens he's setting a down screen. He doesn't do that. I'm the one with the basketball. It's Steph, come on. Flare screen. I think he's totally bought in. So, and he's just been a guy that's just been out. He's always been the man pretty much everywhere he goes. Chicago. I feel like in Minnesota, he was kind of trying to be that guy. Philly, it was more so Joel, this is you, but he was, a lot of people don't remember, if that ball doesn't fall, if the ball doesn't just drop in the way that the Sixers could win to the finals.
Yeah, easily.
So, I mean, and then obviously in Miami, all the work that he had to put in, getting to the finals twice in his tenure there. But I just think that going into, this second half of the season, they're going to have a lot to prove. Mm-hmm. Kevin already mentioned that Alex mentioned that they're in the 9th spot. So I feel like they're 5-1 right now. They're on pace to kind of just get into that playoff rate. I don't think they'll be a play-in team. I think they'll be one of those teams that actually locks in a playoff spot. So it's going to come down to just a lot of stuff going on. And yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot going on.
So you think they can lock in a playoff spot, not the play-in, over Dallas, over Minnesota?
Dallas is going to be. It's going to get tricky. It's going to get real tricky. Okay. Because I think with Dallas, injuries play a huge role.
Oh, yeah.
Anthony Davis is supposed to be coming into they're missing Anthony Davis, and they're missing
who's all their bigs.
Yeah, they're missing Lively. He's been out for I think
Gafford
already. And I think Gafford's still, I think he's hurt too. So
yeah, he's hurt.
So I feel like once they start to get all their guys back, they're going to be behind the 8 ball so much. It's going to be okay, once they get everybody in a group, it'll kind of just come to fruition. And I think a lot just kind of just goes into just getting to the playoffs healthy is so
important.
It's so important because long season, 82 games, obviously we all know that, but a lot of playoff series kind of just comes down to who's the healthiest team. I mean, we saw it got in 2019 finals, the KD Warriors, obviously, they were trying to go for a 3-peat.
Yeah,
right?
And they would have gotten it.
And then Klay Thompson goes down. Kevin Durant goes down. Steph's just looking around like, hey, guys, what happened? Kevin's back, guys.
Look at the lights on.
Sorry about that, fellas. Power outage.
Yeah, and so, I mean, it kind of just comes down to who is going to be the healthiest team at one point in time. And a lot of luck plays into it, too. Matchups play into it as well. Yeah. So, Yeah, I think one of the teams that you got to look out for, you got the Minnesota Timberwolves. I think they can be they're kind of a little bit behind the eight ball a little bit. They're not what they thought they would be going into this year. And I think the guy that you got to look out for the next half of the season is Jimmy Butler, because he got paid max money, $60 million. You got to show it on the court. And I think he's been proving that over these last 6 games or so that he's been playing in.
Can't believe none of you guys said Luka. That's insane.
Well, obviously Luka is one of the. I mean, it's out there. I mean, you can go either way for both of those guys. Anthony Davis is a guy.
I get it too. Hey, I get it. But they weren't bashing Anthony Davis like they were Luka though.
Sure.
Luka was getting demolished.
I think this guy has the most to prove, and it's Kawhi Leonard. Because you can't say Kawhi Leonard without saying if he's healthy in the playoffs. The Clippers now got rid of Paul George, and Kawhi's only played 16 games and averaging 18 and 7. They are the 6th seed in the West, majority without Kawhi Leonard. Norman Powell was people argue he could have been an all-star.
All-star, yeah.
James Harden is back to normal. Ivan Zubac's they got the pieces. Kawhi Leonard doesn't have to come on here and be a superstar. We don't have to. Totty just talked about the shot that could have changed the history of the Sixers. What are we going to be able to see with James Harden back to normal with a guy like Kawhi Leonard on the wing? Norman Powell. He can come to this team and make them not a contender, but they're 4 games out from the 4 spot. It's not crazy to say they can get it. James Harden has brought life back to Los Angeles. So it's going to be interesting to see how this all plays out, but they've been playing really well without him. So with him in the lineup, I'm expecting everything
Kawhi Leonard has one more season for me, and then I'm done with him. Because I feel like every single time I think he's going to play, he never really does. He'll give you glimpses, but then he'll be like, I'm over it. If they're not gonna play this playoffs, I'm done. I am with Zion. But anyway.
Moving on. This is another one that really might be stale. Contenders versus pretenders. Does anybody have any crazy contenders? Totty, before we throw to Alex.
Crazy?
I mean, besides the obvious.
Obviously, like the Celtics.
Yeah, Celtics, Cavs.
Cleveland, yeah. OKC.
Alex, let's hear it.
I have. You can never take the greatest point guard that ever played this game out from being a contender, and that is the Golden State Warriors.
Hell
yes.
No.
Yes. If they get favorable matchups, I truly believe.
Like if the Warriors got matched up against the Rockets?
The Lakers.
I truly think the Warriors could make some noise.
I think the Lakers are contenders. Is that crazy, Kevin, to you? I think that's...
It depends on their matchup. If they play Denver in the second round, they're done.
There's
Denver
no way. I mean, think about it like this, Alex. Even if they get to the West and beat the Nuggets in 6, you're going to have to play Evan Mobley and Jared Allen or Porzingis and Horford. Justin Hayes and Alex Len are not going to hold up. They are not going to hold up.
Hey, I'm not saying they're going to win the finals.
They got Luka and LeBron though.
But let's imagine a world where the Lakers play the Celtics. It doesn't matter who wins. We finally get to see this renewed rivalry at the top of the sport.
That'd be crazy.
Okay? That is insane because I wasn't really a basketball fan in like that 2009, 2010 rivalry. I need that for the NBA right now. And Luka being the spearhead of the Lakers organization, and they got Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown on the other side. Yes, I am waiting.
Imagine if the Dallas Mavericks and the Lakers matched up in the playoffs.
Tomorrow's gonna be a movie.
I'm so excited for tomorrow. So excited. I wish it was in Dallas, but I'm okay that it's not in Dallas.
I wish Anthony Davis was playing.
Yeah, that's why I'm waiting for Dallas because I think Ant will be. I keep saying his name, Ant. Davis will be healthy and playing, and hopefully they don't have whoever they have as a center who sucks because Just the fourth string.
So before I move on to Pretenders, we got a comment from our father, Alex, and I want you to answer his comment. So we're talking about Contenders, and he said the Houston Rockets. Toddy, I want you to take out in a second. Alex, what do you think? Can the Houston Rockets be Contenders?
No. I don't know what they gave a win a playoff series.
Ugh.
Only because
You don't think they're matchup dependent like the Warriors?
They are matchup dependent, but they are very young. And I think they're just I don't know if they have it yet. Right? I feel like a lot of times in the West, you see these young teams who get a top 3 seed and something just happens in a playoff series and it just doesn't go their way. And I feel like we're going to see that with Houston. I think they're very well coached. I think they have a great point guard in Jalen Green. I think Sengun is an amazing center, even though he's undersized. I just don't... Because right now they'll go up against the Lakers. And
Yes.
I don't know what they could... That's going to be a very long series. That's not going to be like a little sweep, right? That's probably going to be at least
The Lakers would match up with the Rockets.
Yeah. So that series would go 6 and 7. And you're a team that has no experience in playoff wins or in winning a series. And you're going to go up against Luka, who just brought his team to the finals as a 5th seed last year. And then you're going up against LeBron James.
Okay.
So
let me go ahead and kick this Pretenders off with the one and only New York Knickerbockers.
Tough.
Toddy mentioned it. The New York Knicks. Toddy mentioned it. They're 0-7 against the Cavs, Celtics, and Thunder. All of those 7 games are combined losses of 20 points. You sent 4 unprotected first-round picks and a pick swap for Mikal Bridges. And I get it. You know, Mikal Bridges on the Nets looks like the new shiny toy. First 27 games, or no, he only played 27 games in his first year after the trade deadline, and he averaged 27 points. Now the conversation around Mikal is, can he be an all-star? Who's going to trade all these picks for him? Could you imagine if they would have just traded 2 unprotected first-round picks in a swap and had 2 unprotected firsts to go get a Kevin Durant, to go get someone that's going to make a change, to go add some fucking depth? Mikal Bridges is averaging 17.5 points. Now the question is, was Brooklyn a fluke? I don't think it was a fluke. People can say he changed the jump shot. There's just so much going on with the Knicks. They are the worst team in defending the 3 in the NBA. Playing against the Celtics and the Cavs, you guys are Celtics fans. That's all you guys do. And if you can't defend it, you truly have no shot. There is a big gap from the tier 1 teams in the East, which are the Celtics and the Cavs. There's a huge gap. And then there's tier 2. And the head of that are the New York Knicks. You know, Alex talked about what guys are known for. Cat's known for shrinking in the playoffs. You know, we saw Jalen Brunson last year. This is a team that lost to the Pacers in 7, and we would have said, if you would have told me this is the way they look now, I would have thought you were crazy. You're thinking they're going to reload, they're going to come in here, and they're going to do what they have to do. They make a big trade for Cat, they re-sign OG, they bring in Mikal, and they have no depth. So as soon as one of these guys go down, it's a problem. And they're a pretender in my book because, like I said, you're not going to say they're one of the best teams in the East. And because once they line up against those 2 teams, no one believes they're going to win. Yeah, can they beat the other team? Can they beat the Pacers? Yeah. Can they beat the Pistons? Sure. But for them to really take that next step, I don't know what it is. Because, yeah, Josh Hart's really good, but he's also really bad sometimes. And OG can't stay healthy. So you have these guys with their tendencies, and you don't have any bench players to bring in and do it. A Landry Shamit's not going to do it. The Knicks are playing guys that I don't even know. So I have them as one of my pretenders on here. Alex, who do you have on your pretenders list?
To go back to that Knicks point, I think that one thing that's a lot of these players, when they enter in Thibodeau's system, he will play you 40-plus minutes every single night. And I think a lot of these players aren't accustomed to how many miles that is over a very long season. And I think that is maybe the reason why you see Mikal Bridges being acted some type of way. I mean, Cat's been playing out of his mind. Don't get me wrong, but we'll see how that is in the playoffs. My pretenders are the Milwaukee Bucks because they're not winning anything, and I really feel like they think they can make a jump. But what standing are they in right now? They're probably what,
Fourth?
They're fourth.
No, they're not fourth.
They're four.
Yeah, they are four.
Yeah, they're tied at 4 with Indiana. I truly don't think they'll make it past probably the second round. I think they're a little too old. I don't like the Kyle Kuzma trade.
That's Totty's guy.
I know
Go
that
to
is.
war for Kuz.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I don't.
You let her talk about the Lord and Savior Kyle Kuzma?
Crazy.
This is stats, okay? Thank you. Stats over politics. Yeah, I don't think the Milwaukee Bucks are gonna do it. I think Giannis is probably gonna dip. Where will he go? Have no clue. But yeah, I don't think they're gonna do it. My other team, which I know a lot of us were praising this man earlier, but the Denver Nuggets are a little shaky to me. Only because of last season. And I think, Minnesota kind of cracked the code when it comes to the Jamal Murray and Jokic duo. And I feel like teams are really going to try to exploit that. And all you got to do is just get Jamal Murray off his game. He just, last month, started getting into rhythm. And it took him, 9 months. Because he didn't play well in the Olympics. Didn't play well in the beginning of this year. So, my thing, I don't know. I know they're catching their stride right now. But you also can't count out Jokic. And I respect that. But, we'll see.
Toddy, do you have anybody on your pretenders list that we did not already mention? And if someone that we did mention, go ahead and double down on it.
Yeah, I think it's the Knicks. They were supposed to be the Celtic killers, guys. They traded from Macau. They tried to load up on wings, spent all used all this draft capital. Jalen Brunson missed out on $100 million. They went out and got Karl Anthony Towns, and they proceed to get belt to ass whenever they play against the Celtics. I mean, it's
so sad.
Doesn't matter if it's in Madison Square Garden. It could be in Boston. It could be anywhere. It could be the middle of the ocean. I think Tom Thibodeau, the way that he uses his players, and they're going to play minutes. You're going to see 40 minutes, 44 minutes. I mean, when we just played the Knicks on, what was it, yesterday, why is Karl Anthony Towns out there and they're down 20 and then he twists his ankle? So it's like,
oh, that's what he did?
Yeah.
When he was crying on the bench? And
yeah. Why is he out there? They should.
Tom ain't learned his lessons from Derek.
Hey, he's not used to this.
Why are we running
like this in Minnesota?
Yeah. Why are you trying to run your players into the ground?
They don't have no depth.
Yeah.
They have no.
I mean, I do agree with Kevin. I don't know if the depth is there. I think they have a really strong starting five. Bridges, Kevin kind of already mentioned when he was in Brooklyn, people were saying he was going to be a star of the team. He's worth this, that, and the third. He's going to be able to go to another team. And I think when the best we saw Mikal Bridges was when he was in Phoenix playing alongside, Devin Booker. Hey, we need you to do this. We don't need you to kind of be the other scorer. And I feel like he's in a similar situation now with Jalen Brunson and Karl Anthony Towns. Like, hey, we need a little bit more from you, scoring wise. And I think we haven't really seen that from him. When they get matched up on these good teams, it's bad. And they were supposed to. They were going to win the finals. The people were saying they were going to get to the finals, and I kind of scoffed at it a little bit. I was like, oh, okay. I kind of see what they do. It's a copycat league. They want to try and beat the Celtics. We're homegrown over here. We draft our guys, and we develop them. Get guys like Kevin saying, oh, it's time to break them up. Break up the Jays and do this and that and the third. They've been however many years and haven't. Be patient. Let things bake in the oven. Takes time to develop. They're still in the prime of their careers. They won a championship. Okay, so let's take a deep breath. They're the best team in the league. They're probably going to go back to back. This is just what's going to happen. So, I agree with you on the Knicks. I'm a little shaky on. I think I love the Rockets. I just think they're too young. I do think in a playoff series, I think we'll see a huge game from JG when the lights are brightest, because you guys do know I'm a JG guy. I do think in the playoffs we'll see him elevate his game a little bit more. I don't know how. I think they're very young and talented team. I just don't know how their style of play is going to translate to playoff basketball, because you need half court scoring in a playoff setting. I think they can get that from Jalen, from JG, but I just don't. Like, Amin is built for the regular season. He can't shoot, and I feel like in the playoffs, I'm gonna be like, all right, go ahead in the corner, knock that three down for me. Oh, okay, we just gonna set it off on you, big dog. Go ahead, go do your thing. Go ahead, you got that. He with us. Kev know what I'm talking about when they're in the gym. Oh, he with us. You got guys like Dylan Brooks. He's a very spotty shooter in the playoffs. Fred VanVleet obviously is a champion. I don't know what he's going to be able to bring to the team. I just don't know if their team is built currently right now for the playoffs. Sengun is I don't know what I'm going to get from Sengun. I get they were like one of the top teams. He was an all-star. I don't know what I'm going to get from him night in, night out. Like with the other night, he had 13 points and he was supposed to score. His over-under was like 25 or 20 points. He scored 13. Has a shit ton of rebounds though. But you're going to need half-court scoring in an offensive in a playoff setting. And I don't know if the Rockets are going to be able to score consistently in the half-court setting in a playoff series to win a series. So the Rockets are probably one of my pretenders. I love Jalen Green. I love him. Love him to death. But I just don't know if their team is constructed right now to win a playoff series.
Anybody else you want to throw on that list, Alex?
No, that's about it.
Okay, so one of the topics we're talking about the Houston Rockets, but we already kind of gave our thoughts on them and what they can do in a playoff series. So I'll just ask you point blank: can they beat the Lakers? I mean, do you think they could beat, if there were for you to say the perfect matchup for the Houston Rockets to win a playoff series, who do they have to play and why?
Let me see.
Let's just go down the list. Like,
okay, let's go on the list. So could they beat the Kings in a playoff series?
I think so.
Alex?
Can they beat the Kings? Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Warriors?
what I want to say. The Rockets remind me of the Kings in 22.
Okay, it's still too soon for that.
It is true.
Could they beat the Warriors in a playoff series?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Mavericks?
That depends on health. Is AD playing?
Maybe.
Is Kyrie, is Lively? Is it just Kyrie by himself? Put on your cape. If it's just Kyrie by himself, put on your cape.
They can sneak out with 7.
They can sneak 7. That's 6, 5.
I was about to say 6,
5. If the Mavs are healthy, I don't think they can beat the Mavs if they are healthy. But I think health plays a role into that.
All right, time to get spicy. The Timberwolves.
No.
Yes.
I think they can beat the Timberwolves in playoffs.
I think they can beat them in the play. I think they can. I just think
Julius Randle's poop.
Ant could average 50. They need score. He needs help. It's just him right now. Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Like, who are we relying on?
Nas Reed.
Okay. Yeah, give me a Rockets. Next name or next team, Clippers.
Yes, they could beat them.
Health.
Like I said, Kawhi has to prove it. Kawhi Leonard and James Harden gets to be James Harden.
I don't know.
Kawhi Leonard from 7 years ago.
What you guys are forgetting is they carry 15 key people on the roster. How many people on the Rockets have you think played in a playoff game?
They got Jeff Green.
That's one. They have 5 players. They have 5 players. Can you guys name all 5? Fred
VanVleet.
Fred VanVleet.
That's 3.
Fred VanVleet, Jeff Green. Steven Adams.
That's all I got. Come on, Totty. Give me one more.
Another big man. He didn't play, but he was on the roster.
Oh, John Dale?
Jock Landale, yeah.
Jock Landale, yeah, him.
So which one of those guys are going to come up big for them in the playoff?
Steve Adams.
Jalen Green.
They haven't played a playoff game.
Yeah.
It's
Aaron
hard
Fox
to say.
didn't play in the
But then
playoff
again,
game. He had 50 in his first game ever.
And then you can say the Thunder never did it. Look what they did last year.
Did he really have 50 in his first game?
Yeah. It was like 48, or he had like 50.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was like that. He showed his ass.
Yeah, so do we think they can beat the Grizzlies?
No.
Lakers?
No.
No.
All right, no one thinks Thunder or Nuggets. So, they're a young team. I think they're a year ahead of schedule.
Yeah. You're always going to have that one.
Do they press that button and try to go get somebody in the offseason and be like, all right,
let's do it.
We got all these young guys.
Let's load up.
You might as well. I feel like the window, and that's why I think the most approved could be the Memphis Grizzlies, because your window in the West is very short, because there's going to be a team that's on the rise.
The
right?
San Antonio Spurs.
Yeah. Like they're going to be so good next year, so they're going to make the playoffs, or at least the play in. So someone got to get knocked out. And I just feel like if the Rockets really, we got to go all in right now, you need to do it now.
Arms race in the West.
Like, you got to. Like, I think this is Memphis' is probably last year.
I mean, hell, we thought the Suns were going to be something. Look at them.
Yeah. I did not think
they might miss the playoffs.
Yeah, that's sad. That's really pathetic.
Kevin Durant, bro, since he's left the Bay, has been on a downhill. Downhill just.
He's doing what he wants to do. He's a hooper. Let him hoop.
Yeah. Well. All right. So we have one more segment. Staff Tour Apology, episode 136. This is Kevin Dent, Alex Dent, and Jaevon Totty. We are going to end it on what I would say, because I don't believe it, but this guy has been now looked at as a player that can help elevate his team. He is a guy that no one thought was going to be anything, and now he's something. And this guy is Austin Reaves. So we're going to do a this or that Austin Reaves third option edition. So I was told he's the best third option in the league.
Yes.
Actually, let me correct that. I was told he was top 3. Because he's not better than Cheddar J-Dub. So they was top 3. So
J-Dub is the third? That's wild.
Or Chad. Not better than either one.
No, continue. No, continue.
So this or that Austin Reaves. First name up. Kyle Kuzma.
Yes, he's better.
Kyle Kuzma.
So you think Kyle Kuzma? Okay, next name up.
No, I'm taking Austin Reaves over Kyle Kuzma.
Yeah, Austin Reaves, yeah.
Austin Reaves. Okay, next name. Norman Powell.
Yeah, I was going to say Norman Powell.
I'm taking Austin Reaves. This 1 year wonder thing isn't really selling me.
It's
I mean, I get it.
You go off age because Austin Reaves is younger.
I had nothing to do with age. I'm just saying, brother. Okay. We remember what Austin Reaves did last year. What did Norman Powell do last year?
Got his face busted open.
Next name, Mikal Bridges.
Austin Reaves.
He's been open.
Next.
Yeah, I guess we got to go Austin Reaves. Next name, Andrew Wiggins.
Austin Reaves.
Wait, wait.
Right now.
Sorry, I'm thinking about the Wiggins.
Wiggins won a championship.
Okay,
he was.
But I don't think his name's Andrew.
That was 2 years ago.
So you going with
Austin Reaves.
Reaves? Okay. Next name. This is gonna hurt me because you guys are gonna disrespect my man's Paul George.
This season, Austin Reaves. Next.
Give me Paul George, bro. I'm not with none of that.
Next.
Toddy, come on, Toddy. You know ball.
Don't do it. Don't feed into the peer pressure. It's okay. Choose your own path.
He's been so bad this year. Like
he's been hurt.
Bro, he's like, what are we paying you for? I'm paying you how much?
Exactly.
Oh my god!
And that's why you're still taking Paul George. Go ahead and tell the world.
You said he's hurt, Kevin?
He's been hurt, yeah.
He's always hurt.
Toddy, tell the world you're taking Paul George.
Don't do this, Austin Reaves.
Right now?
Toddy.
Thank you.
Right now, it's Austin Reaves.
Oh, Toddy.
Overall, obviously,
no, you
Paul
can't.
George.
Pick a side, Toddy.
Right
it's
now,
Austin Reaves or Paul George.
I'm closing my eyes and I'm gonna take Paul George. I'm gonna eat the cinnamon. I'm gonna eat the cinnamon. Hold my nose. I got
Paul George. There we go. Next name, Desmond Bane.
Austin Reaves.
Desmond Bane.
I'm gonna take Austin Reaves as well. Next name up, Zach LaVine.
He's a
Zach
third.
LaVine's a third option.
Who's the first? 1, 2, and 3.
I mean, or DeMar. I mean, Sabonis isn't the third option, so it's one of the
Malik
two. Malik
Monk is the third option, right?
Monk is not the third option.
Ooh.
Kevin,
it's definitely a mix of DeMar, LaVine, and Sabonis.
DeMar is the third option.
Okay.
I
DeRozan.
disagree.
Okay,
I think
Austin
DeMar
Reaves.
is the number one option on that team.
You saw?
So I think DeMar is the number one option on that team.
You think he's the number one? I thought. You know what?
You know what? How about this? We'll just Zach LaVine. The name was Zach LaVine. We're taking Austin Reaves or Zach LaVine.
Go ahead, Kev. For clip purposes,
Taking Austin Reaves.
Austin Reaves, yeah.
I'll take Austin Reaves.
Next name, Bradley Beal.
Oh,
Austin Reaves. Next. Are we done? Thank you. I can't believe he has a no trade clause. That's actually insane.
We have two
I
names
just don't
left.
think his fit where he's at right now. It just doesn't fit. I
He
think
needs the NBA needs to sue him.
Brad
Get their money back.
would be hooping.
Yeah. I'm still taking Bradley Beal. I get it. Austin Reaves is.
This is the same thing. It's literally the same thing.
Kevin, this is not the 2017 Bradley Beal. This is 2025.
I've seen Brad average 30.
Let me tell you this. You switch roles, we're talking about Lakers are being a contender.
We said that with the Suns.
Hey,
though,
I don't care what you said back then. I'm talking about today. You swap them. No one's saying the Suns are a contender because of Austin Reaves. Next name, Klay Thompson.
Klay Thompson.
Austin Reaves.
I'm going with Klay Thompson as well. Last name, I think we're all going to be unanimous on this one. RJ Barrett.
I'll give you RJ Barrett. Just because you said unanimous.
Oh, Totty.
Join me.
3.
Come on.
RJ.
I'm
People just kind of just tossed him to Siberia because he's in Toronto, but RJ still hoops. Like,
no, he's been hooping. He got like 30 points the other day.
If RJ was in like on a Rockets or like
not in Canada.
Yeah, like if he wasn't, literally they don't watch him because Toronto. Like no one, I don't even think Toronto's had a nationally televised game all year.
I'm sure
I'm gonna take
at some point.
I'm gonna take Austin Reaves.
All right. And that will do it for episode 136 of Stats Where Politics. Alex, thank you so much for joining us. This is going to be a regular appearance, like I told you guys, every Monday at 7 o'clock. If you want to hear from a state champion herself, this is the place to get it. This is
you gotta wear the ring. And just point to it.
Oh, you want me to show it?
Yeah, you gotta wear the ring.
In the back.
She's bringing the ring out, Kat. All
right. And that is episode 136 of Stats Where Politics, everybody. Have a great day.
Whoa. I even got the box with it too, bro. See it glisten?
They think you capping.
State champ.
They don't think it's real. So you got
Alex won a championship in Golden One before the Kings.
Why you got?
They built a brand new arena for Alex to go win a state championship in.
Thank goodness.
That's tough.
That is going to do it, ladies and gentlemen. Please continue the unlawful support. Toddy and I have been talking in the group chat. You guys have been doing numbers for us, and we appreciate you guys greatly. So please keep following us on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. We need it all. We're nothing without you guys. We're constantly growing, and we want to make sure that we're doing this as a unit, and we are nothing without you guys. So thank you once again. I speak for the four of us, Alex included. So, like I said, this is episode 136 of Stats Over Politics. We will see you guys next Monday, 7 o'clock. And like you see it, go Birds. I got a whole year of this shit. Go Birds.
Peace.